I don't listen to country music, but Second Guessing by Griffin Palmer or Palmer Griffin, I don't know. Blood Flowers by The Cure, and Sex and Candy by Marcy Playground. Sag, it's your turn. This is your February general read. Sorry about the nails. I'm taking a break because they're breaking. Everything you need to know is in the description box of the video. And if you're here watching tarot, you obviously must believe in the esoteric. I am clairsentient, claircognizant, and clairaudient, which means that if I hear ringing in my ears on the left side, those are messages from my spirit guides when I hear it on the right. Messages from people I know that have passed on. There is something of the absolute, dealing in inevitabilities and also extremes. The always and the never in that song was popping up for me. And there's something that I was thinking when I was listening to that song about how nobody always nevers and nobody ever always is anything. But there's something about the absolutes, dealing in absolutes of never and always. Nothing, you know, something is always like this, something is never like that kind of a thing. So let's get your message, your affirmation for the month. Then we're going to use the Paulina Tarot to do a Celtic Cross general spread for you. And then we'll roll into some magnetic poetry. I had to take a little bit of a break during January for myself. And so I did. I just did. Put in, check your rising moon and Venus sign for additional messages. And put where your Sagittarius placement is in the comments. I'm having a hard time speaking. Let's go ahead and let's see. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is your affirmation for the rest of February? Something about the fact that it's a leap year is a big deal too. I'm getting that. The fact that it's a leap year. Every 4 years you're reminded of something on the leap year, February 29th. Something about the flowers. I'm spiritually connected and I am wealthy. You got two. So, of course, you could be spiritually wealthy. You could be wealthy in spirit. Yeah, you could, but it could just be that you're realizing the wealth that you hold because you are spiritually connected. Could just be straight up two different messages that you're wealthy and you're spiritually connected. Who knows? Let's go ahead and let's do your Celtic Cross spread. These flowers will always die. These flowers will never die. You know, like I said, that song, it's dealing in the extremes of absolute, right? Always, never, always, never. And if you listen to the lyrics of that song, that's exactly what it does. It talks about the nevers and the always. It starts out with never, it never this, it never that, and never, 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 and then it flips. And Robert Smith then talks about the always is. So definitely something to think about in there. Okay, and twist for fairness for you. And then let's start. I take flippers and jumpers. It doesn't mean that there's any right way or wrong way to draw cards. That's just the way I do it. I take a max of 3. For you in your present, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oh, we do have a flipper. Already there's a flipper. We'll get it for you so you can see. Yeah, 8 of Wands in the reverse. You're not speaking on something, or there's a message that is either being blocked, or you're attempting to, that you're not receiving, or that you're not sending to somebody. This is a lack of communication in some sense, but typically it's communication. So it's interesting that we have the arrows flying upwards and outwards away from you. You're not speaking on something. You're not sending a message to somebody, or you're blocking communication in some way. Avoiding the communication in some regard. What's the obstacle to this? We're shuffling backwards. Look at that. Yeah. The obstacle is it wouldn't be fair. Libra energy. There's something that is, there's a sense of injustice, or there's something that just isn't right. Or there would be a lack of truth in it, or you know that there's a lack of truth in something, and that's why you're blocking a communication of some sort. Still shuffling backwards. We do have a flipper. Ace of Cups in the reverse. Top of mind for you is a relationship that isn't starting, or a lack of renewal in a current relationship. I think it's that something isn't starting. You're not allowing something to begin. You're dumping out a cup. An emotional start. It isn't always relationships of a romantic nature. It could also be any of your, you know, like a friendship, a relationship with a sibling or a family member of some sort. What is hidden from your awareness during this time? Is the Empress. There is a fertile, creative energy available, either to you, or this is somebody else that's hidden from your awareness here. This is somebody who's highly musical and poetic, but also is very highly connected to the earth. Earth Mother energy, somebody very nurturing. Taurus energy, Libra energy. You already have 2 Libra cards down here. Something during Libra season, communication that was blocked during Libra season about the beginning of a relationship. Not showing the beginning of a relationship, not communicating the beginning of a relationship. There's something that's greatly fertile here that you're not, that's hidden from your awareness, that something is growing, or that somebody is very abounding. Their nature is abounding. I don't know why. It's like nature, Mother Nature, but then bountiful, very fertile. In the recent past for you, Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oh, that was interesting. 5 of Swords in the reverse. Coming out of self-deception about something, you're no longer fooling yourself about something in the recent past. You came to a realization in the recent past about something. Something was very apparent to you. You could no longer lie to yourself about something. You're in denial about something. I can't tell you what that is. You have to put name to that. I can't tell you what that kind of thing is. There's a truth you had to tell yourself. But the self-deception, 5 of Swords is lying to yourself, deceiving yourself. Coming out of self-deception, so what's happened in the recent past for you about something here? Oh, what's top of mind for you here? That's interesting. What's happening in the near future for you within the next couple of weeks? We had one that almost flipped, but it didn't. I'm still shuffling backwards, by the way. Tell us more, Sag. Good show. 6 of Wands in the reverse and the Queen of Pentacles. A feeling of defeat, a lack of victory, homecoming with the Queen of Pentacles. So normally 6 of Wands is a triumphant homecoming, somebody who's coming back after a battle or a war with the victory flag raised. There is usually celebration that's attached to that. There's a lack of triumph, a feeling of defeat. This is attached to a Queen of Pentacles, which is classically known as the Capricorn card, one of the Capricorn cards, but in the court cards, of course, Capricorn. Again, queens are cardinal energy, kings are fixed energy, and the knights are mutable energy. You may be a Sagittarius, Capricorn cusp individual, focused on employing comfort in the home space, very ambitious and determined, but feeling a little bit defeated when it comes to providing that within the home, or experiencing a lack of triumph and success with a Capricorn individual in the next couple of weeks, not feeling successful in your attachment with this person. It might just be not feeling victorious within a space where the home space is warm and inviting, or trying to provide that. Also, ambition and the drive to be successful in one's career. But there's a feeling that the battle is not yet won. I'm hearing the battle is not yet won. You might be attempting to conquer this Queen of Pentacles, who is very regal and comfortable in their space. The battle is not yet won. I'm still shuffling backwards. We have, of course, oh, we have one that landed here. There's a lack of courage attached to this, and maybe even a loss of temper. Leo energy. It landed on it, so I'm putting it there. So if we want to look at it like that, feeling a lack of courage, a lack of bravery, and therefore a defeat in trying to provide the comfort in the home space, or feeling a lack of courage where there is normally determination and ambition to provide through hard work, or there's something here. If we wanted to attribute it to the Capricorn individual, there's a feeling of defeat or loss. The battle is not yet won. There's a lack of courage or inability to hold one's temper. In the present, there's also something here about a collapse of belief, or a collapse of a predetermined, highly structured religious or philosophical belief. A highly established commitment to a philosophical belief or organization, but also this can be about feeling that you're not being afforded proper advice when seeking philosophical or sage counsel. Taurus energy again. Some people see this also as a marriage card, but it would depend on the surrounding cards. And in the reverse, it would be like divorce. You might be dealing with a divorce and moving through that in the present, navigating the loss of a highly established connection and healing that, and examining the alwayses and nevers. Who surrounds you right now, Sagittarius? Ten of Cups in the reverse and the Nine of Wands in the reverse. Somebody who has experienced a great disappointment in the emotional realm, where they had hope for reaching a height of emotional fulfillment. And they have since dropped anxiety and worry and sleepless nights regarding it. That's why I say they're healing it. Somebody who placed a great deal of stress and anxiety and worry on something of an intense emotional fulfillment that they're no longer putting so much stress on. They're no longer placing as much stock in the anxiety of it, it seems. They've let go of those 9 wands. And it's funny because I was reading it as the 9 of swords while I was saying it. They're no longer on guard is really the thing here. No defensiveness any longer. But because I rolled with the anxiety factor, I think there is a little bit of an alleviation of anxiety. They're no longer protecting against the loss of emotional fulfillment. That wounded warrior energy of being through all the battles and having the battle scars. They're no longer wearing those on their sleeve because they have suffered great loss. They're dropping their defenses. You know, the 9 of Wands is being on the verge of victory, yet exhausted from the battle. And it's like the person's kind of just tapped out on that. Hopes and fears, the Hermit. I think you're hoping to realize a personal truth. Virgo energy there. Hoping to take some time alone or time to go within and evaluate what your deep inner knowing is. To illuminate something that's in the dark for yourself also, and to come into a realization of sorts. To have a deeper understanding of the self. I think that's your hope. Alternatively, it can also be a huge fear. In the future for you, Sagittarius, I usually see this as like a 6-month out thing, and I usually pull 3 for this. And then we get card vomit like that. But we're going to take them. Okay. We have the 5 of Pentacles in the upright with the Page of Pentacles, the Star in the reverse, and the 4 of Swords. There's a feeling of being left out in the cold, but you're not alone. And it's a feeling rather than a reality. I always like to stress for people when we're talking about the 5 of Pentacles there. It's a feeling because when we look at the traditional Rider-Waite, which this is loosely based on, they're outside of a church, and churches are places of sanctuary. Nobody's ever locked out of a church. In fact, in the old times, back in the day, churches were never locked. You could always invite yourself in to get out of the cold. Also of worth, and also of note, this person is not alone, and they've cloaked themselves in a warm blanket. There's a feeling of isolation and loss of some sort, but it's an illusion. It's a victimhood mindset here. There is some communication about a contract that comes in, or a peace offering or a timepiece, but it's something of worth. Something of worth is said, or something of worth is communicated. And then we have healing, coming out of healing. The Star isn't just about a hope, wish, or goal that we are trying to look at that's in the far off distance. It's also about healing. And so coming out of healing, or realizing that healing is complete, as opposed to the active exercise of healing. So this is Aquarian energy also. And you'll notice there is a tempering of sorts that's happening on this card, just like in your own card, Sag. Temperance, right? So there's a pouring of 2 different emotions at the same time. And then we have the 4 of Swords. So you are meditating and contemplating after a period of stress and, you know, potential pain. You're realizing, so coming out of healing, meditating on that healing. Meditating on what it is that is the correct path after a deep period of introspection and healing. Once something of worth is communicated, I think this is also maybe indicative of coming out of victimhood mindset, communicating it as well. Something about communicating your worth or the worth of another after a period of healing and meditating on a subject, taking rest and respite in order to come to that realization. Bottom of the deck for you, we have the Two of Cups in the reverse. So there is a meeting of the two that did not occur that this is addressing. And so I'll just show it to you. It's two individuals who haven't met up, or two individuals, like not seeing eye to eye. I'm also seeing here, because look, there's an eye right there. It's almost like an owl is hiding there underneath in the upside down version. But it's like the two individuals not seeing eye to eye, or two people not on the same page, or just in and of itself, two people not having the opportunity to meet up. Two people being not on the same wavelength. We're not communicating something here, because like if we look at the beginning of this, there is a lack of communicating something, and it's either an injustice, a lie, or something that lacks truth. Has to do with a beginning of a relationship not beginning, or denying the beginning of a relationship, while there's something growing beneath the surface that you're not aware of. You're not deceiving yourself about an inevitability. Okay, let's look at our magnetic poetry. You don't want something to slip through your fingers. You got some suffixes here. Yeah, there's a need to be still and rest. Like I said, I just pull. I don't look, right? I can't even make sense out of this. In any event, Sag, give us a thumbs up if this meant anything, and check out your other placements. And no, you can even go down in the comments and tell me where your Sag placements are. Have a good one. Hope this helped. I hope you realize that you are on a path to healing, but remember, no absolutes. You and everybody else, nobody nevers and nobody always is. Okay. All right. We'll see when we see you next. Okay. Bye. And that's your spread. Look at that. Very minimalist, isn't it? All right. Okay. Bye.